We also just moved out of the boat.
Yeah.
And that's everything. What's out here? It's pretty neat.
Again, we are the small fish in the big pond.
So yeah, anytime there's something that's a little off, we're always like, oh, that's not right. And it's like worst case scenario.
It has been nearly 2 months and 600 nautical miles since leaving the Bahamas, and we have now arrived on time in Savannah, Georgia. We are Paige and Daniel. In the fall of 2020, we were nearly $250,000 in debt. Today, we live and explore debt-free on our 38-foot sailing catamaran. Our mission is to guide other fresh and aspiring sailors to overcome the obstacles and challenges in the transition to liveaboard life. We now hit the slings and get hauled out to have the critical work performed on our floating home so we can continue our journey.
Alright, we made it to Thunderbolt Marina. This is where we will be hauled out. We're gonna get some very important work done. We're gonna get the Saildrive service and a knot-to-meter put on so we can actually get a true wind speed on Plot Twist. Imagine that. So that's our big goal for being here. And we're not exactly sure where we're gonna go when we're done, but that's for another episode. There we go.
Thanks, sir.
So I'm walking around and Daniel is motoring in the sling with a dock hand because Winston's not gonna make that jump.
At how the hull looks after sitting in the Bahamas for a few months and now in the ICW for a few weeks. Overall, not a ton of growth. The Saildrive and prop are a bit of a different story. Overall, hull looks pretty clean. This little anode thingy here, that's ugly. Some growth on the leading edge here.
The idea is to keep her moving so that she doesn't get growth, but unfortunately sometimes we just have to stop.
Yeah, and that's like what, it's like 3 weeks worth of growth?
Yeah. You know, it's kind of exciting to see your boat out of the water. You know, we get to see all of the stuff that's going on under the water line, see how the anti-foule's doing, and really kind of assess what's going on and what we can expect. When we hauled the boat out, we have a lot of soft growth on the hull. That is a lot of algae, so it just easily washes off. Now we also have a little bit of hard growth, and that is the little barnacles sprinkled all over the boat. So what we're gonna do is just pop them right off.
Now, why would we be concerned about such little barnacles? Well, little barnacles turn into big barnacles later, and also the smoother the hull, the less friction on your hull, and therefore the less drag on your hull, therefore the better speed. All right, well, so the courtesy car is currently in use, so we're gonna have to hoof it.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. We're only going like half a mile.
But we also just moved out of the boat.
Yeah.
And that's everything.
It's all the stuff that, you know, perishables and stuff that we're not 100% sure would make it, you know, without us being there and hooked up into power, and, you know, who knows what's going to happen.
So yes, we are using the dock cars. We got permission to bring all of our stuff to the Airbnb. You know, it's a little unconventional, but that's just the way we roll. I interrupt to say thank you for watching. A huge shout out to our patrons, especially our awesome patron. Subscribers and patrons keep this mission going. We hope to see you guys over there. All right, so here's our little Airbnb. And today we are on our way to the boatyard to meet with Mr. Scott. And Mr. Scott is going to be doing our Saildrive and engine type things that we need done. Unfortunately, this is a not do-it-yourself kind of yard. They don't even allow you to paint your own boat. So we have to contract out to find some help. And really, these projects are kind of things that are beyond us anyways.
At least at this point.
Yes.
So yeah, pulling out the sail drives and like tearing those things apart. Yes, I could watch a dozen YouTube videos and probably figure it out and break something along the way. Or we'll pay a mechanic.
Premium.
Yeah. What is it? What is that saying? If you think it's expensive hiring a professional, wait till you hire an amateur.
Yep. Daniel's the amateur.
Yeah.
No offense, dude.
Oh no, none taken.
One of the cool things about getting work done in this yard is that there's some really big, impressive boats.
Yeah.
Like the one that's being, I don't know, it's
Towed?
Towed?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some really cool stuff around here. I don't know, maybe we'll give you guys some like, maybe we'll give you some B-roll shots and we'll show you what's out here. It's pretty neat.
Again, we are the small fish in the big pond.
Let's take a second and explain what a Saildrive actually is. In the simplest terms, it's a transmission. So right here is our engine. Now, on the back of an engine is a shaft. That input shaft connects into the Saildrive via some gearing, ball bearings, all manner of fun stuff. So it takes the input from here, translates it into input down here through more gears. Down here, it's a big old mess of gears, which takes that output to the propeller. So it is a massive amount of gears to take rotational motion from the engine and turn rotational motion to the propeller.
You're about right.
Oh, you're a broker for that? Go for just Catamaran?
He bought his new bridge deck camera.
I love how you have this bucket for everything.
Come on, losing me these bits.
Ask you how you know, right? That's a rookie mistake. Losing a bit.
Yeah, because then you gotta go to the shop and buy one, isn't it?
So yeah, anytime there's something that's a little off, we're always like, oh, that's not right. And it's like worst case scenario. Although we are pulling the Saildrive, so that kind of is a worst case scenario.
It is a little bit,
Yeah, that's it.
This is kind of...
So there, if you get a guy to sand that up, put some paint on it. Well, gel shield.
Yeah,
whatever
gel coat, yeah.
Whatever they use.
That's raw fiberglass.
That's raw fiberglass. It should not be there.
No.
No, what sometimes do when they stick these on, some of the guys will go right back to the raw fiberglass to give it extra adhesion.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously when you take it off, it's going to leave it raw again. Because if you try and go onto, you can't obviously stick onto anti-foul or
Right.
Joking, right.
Very well.
Yeah.
So some like to put it back to the fiberglass.
These are all our parts.
You know, it's a bit, eh?
So what's the problem, Scott?
The engine mounts are pretty rusty.
Oh.
They don't seem to want to come undone. And there's an inset inside the fiberglass.
Okay.
You don't want to go too heavy into it. You don't want to
You don't want to break it.
break it. But we're going to have to because we haven't got enough clearance with that engine forward.
I have to move the engine forward in order to pull the Saildrive.
Oh no, they might.
That worked. Wow, you're able to move it.
There it is. There you go. Okay, mate, you want to come up? Yep. You're up.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
You're a beast. Beast of a man.
There he is.
grab that thing that gets snapped.
He sure did. He says it's not heavy.
Just looking at the diaphragm seals and still in good condition.
Okay.
It's hard to say until you take them apart.
Yeah.
But they say they just give a time when they say change it.
That's the seal that's leaking.
Yeah.
There's no way that we could have done anything about that
In the water?
in the water.
No.
You could. You'd have had to took the engine right out to the bathroom.
Oh.
The engine's not super heavy.
He could do it.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, baby?
At least we didn't get it off and be like, well, that's not actually leaking, so I don't know what it is now. At least we're not at that point.
This is an expensive repair. I think it's an important repair. Unfortunately, this is just something that happens.
Yeah, there was one of two things, because it looked like the fluid was coming out of the top of the unit, which it very well might have. And whenever he was first looking at it, he couldn't really see any oil dripping out of the bottom. So yeah, it was either going to be this or a new cap,
Which would have been $12.
which would have been $12 instead of this.
He's going to bring it back to his shop to tinker with it at the shop.
Yeah, they'll basically pull everything out, refresh the bearings, refresh the seals, and it'll basically be like having a brand new Saildrive.
So we have play in this bearing
That's
here.
probably why the seal failed. The bearing gets worn, then that works on the seal, and then you get the drift.
Get more failure, more and more.
So if you don't do the bearing, they seal in and then you go, hey.
So do you recommend replacing this gasket?
It's out, but they are like $800-900.
Yeah, plus the labor.
What's the labor?
Yeah, because these are all
Those are all like
caked in there.
Yeah, so you
So-
chip all that off. They just come out pretty easy.
Okay.
So you got the big diaphragm, the cover on the outside, and then there's a few O-ring seals and stuff where it goes through where the oil's passing through, so it don't mix with the water. If you don't know when it was changed,
No clue.
yeah, it's hard to say. When you look at them, they always look pretty good.
That's a hard call, babe.
It is.
Because it's out, which is a huge pain in the butt, and it's like out, so it's like might as well change all the seals and everything to make sure that they're good for so long.
Oh, and then the question is like, well, if you did one, why not do the other? Because then this is going to be in a different maintenance schedule than the other one.
Because it's freaking expensive. That's why.
Yeah, well, no, that's entirely the point.
That is a worn input shaft bearing.
Wow. That's sad.
So this is the output shaft.
So we got play here too.
Yeah.
Sort of cracky over here, but not really. That's just the coating.
But it's at the first sign of wearing though.
Yeah, but this looks okay. I don't think you need to go that far.
Day one, or I guess technically day two of being pulled out.
We're a little tired.
Take a look at our shiny new propeller. It's nice and shiny. They've sanded it down to prepare it for applying some anti-fouling, some prop speed to keep the growth off of it. When we hauled out, it was the worst part. All right, so while we have everything opened up like a cardiac patient, we're going to take the opportunity to clean some things out, just to get the engine bays sparkling so that we can see if anything goes wrong. We'll be like, oh, that's a mess, there's something wrong. It's just going to be getting some degreaser and cleaning it up.
And I am taking the opportunity to change out of my normal white shirt and put on a gray one because, yeah, this might get a little messy.
I haven't seen that gray shirt. Where's that gray shirt from? You just order it?
No, I've had it for a while.
Don't ever.
I just never wear it because it's out of uniform. You can see down here, there's some nuts and bolts. I'm just gonna put in a Ziploc bag. Degreaser. Spraying all this down. Okay. Oh wow, look how pretty that is. Oh, it's so pretty. There we go.
Alright, so I am going to tackle the starboard engine bay. And let's take a look, see what we're dealing with in here. So you can see that reddish color
means that there's some kind of a leak. And this is why we clean these things. So if we see coloration on those diapers, we know that there's a leak. I don't have a clue how in the heck I'm gonna get down to the front of this thing. I don't know. 6 inches from the bottom? Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. The engine bay is so deep, it's hard to reach down there and get it all out of there. It looks like we might have a bit of a Saildrive leak back here too, but I think that might be overflow from whenever I was cleaning it a while ago, or checking the oil and stuff a while ago. So just gotta clean all this up, make sure that we don't have that kind of a mess anymore. Hope Paige is having more luck than I am. Or more fun, I don't know.
How's it going, baby?
Oh, just cleaning up.
Looking beautiful down there, huh? It is beautiful. I don't know, mine's showroom new. Why isn't yours?
I can't reach it.
All I hear are excuses.
I've got T-Rex arms.
All right, what are you working on?
All right, so we're taking a look at our knot meter because we do have one, but this paddle is supposed to move freely. And as you can see, it doesn't. Like it should just spin. It might just be something that needs to be cleaned and lubed. But let's take a look at this, because this is the through hole that it goes through. This is our depth sounder.
Yeah, if at any point in time we want to mess with the through hole like this one's out of the water.
Yeah, it's an out of the water thing.
However, the mechanic, Scott, that we've been working with, told us that typically the knot meter is changed out while it's in the water.
It looks like there's actually a little door there that is closed. We could do this in the water.
All right, so trying to find this through hole. There's the kitchen and the sink, and Daniel is right about here. Here's a through hole. But we should have one on the other side, and we don't. So I think the through hole is actually under this block.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm trying to visualize. This is the sink.
Yeah, that's totally styrofoam. I'm touching it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's styrofoam.
So yeah, we might not be doing this today.
All right, so let's replace this plug. Plug in like that there, and then we put the collar on. Hand tighten, and this ring goes back in there, just like that. And this little guy, this knot meter, we'll just have to figure out, see if we can clean this up. So you got this little pinhole right there. I think we might be able to pop this wheel out and clean this up.
So we got a beautiful Saildrive, huh? There she is!
So just redone new bearings in the back. So that's got rid of that play in that shaft. And then we're doing new bearings at the front. Re-shimmed it. New seal in there as well, so that's nice and tight as well.
Fabulous. How exciting! Guys, today is the day that we have our new to us Saildrive being put in. It has been rebuilt and re-shimmed and all his fancy stuff that he did for us. And we're gonna get it put in. So we didn't get this taken care of. When we did, it could have gotten really bad. So I'm glad we're getting it knocked out.
Hi, Nugget. Hi, baby boo boo. Hi, good morning. Good
He
morning.
says, there's my
Good
friend.
morning, Nugget. All right, I'll try to guide it through the hole.
Okay.
Since the Saildrive is now bolted down, the plate's bolted down, now because the engine's loose,
Yeah.
now he's going to move the engine as I turn the spline until it goes into the motor.
So it locks.
So it locks in.
Yeah, go on, turn it, babe. Feels. It's locked. Okay. together like that.
Yeah.
So you got to lift the engine up to get it thing and then push it in. If you get in, I could rotate the crankshaft to make sure it meshes.
Now we're twisting.
Ready?
Yep, you got about 2 inches to go. Yep. One more scooch. There it is.
Get some bloody bolts in, mate.
We got it.
Go ahead, like and subscribe to join us in our next adventure.